Good morning. It is 6:34 a.m. on Monday, March 2nd, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. You'll notice something a little different today if you gesture over at the puppy cam is that right now he's not in his little pen. We did just come back in from outside, so it's a relatively safe time. We've got a period of time where I think we're unlikely to have any accidents, and so we're working on it. So generally speaking, I've usually not had him out anytime he's not under direct supervision. But of course, right now, technically, I can see him. I am supervising, but he doesn't necessarily. It doesn't read to him as though I'm paying attention to him, and I have had to frequently nudge him a little bit, that chewing on the rawhide bone there, but he also really likes chewing on the edge and corners of that rug. So I've actually ordered some bitter apple spray to just try to put on the just around the maybe the underside of the edges of that carpet, to try to dissuade chewing on the rug as opposed to chewing on his rawhide bone, which is fine. He's a very sweet little boy, as you can see. So I didn't talk about it yesterday because I was doing my recap of Rocket. Good boy. Hey, buddy. Yeah, Mom has eyes in the back of her head. Rocket. Good boy. We'll do this over and over for a long time. Go back to your rawhide bone, buddy. You're a good boy. What a sweetie. I went to PaxEast over the weekend. I didn't do as much of it as Rocket. I didn't do as much of it as I might have under other circumstances, but because I had to kind of come and go to take care of this little guy, I didn't have time to just stay there all day. Rocket, Good boy. You're a good boy. You are a good boy. Don't bite my fingers, though, please. Rocket, no, chew your bone, not the carpet, please. You can chew your little rope toy instead if you prefer. Aw, pout. You can pout too. That's allowed. I went to Rocket. See how well he knows his name now? I went to a couple of panels. Rocket. Oh my God. I went to a couple of panels that featured live games of some of my, preferred streamers, such as the Acquisitions Incorporated game. Rocket? The Acquisitions Incorporated game, obviously at a certain point he's doing this for attention now, so that's always a tricky behavior to deal with. Rocket! I'm going to have to put you back in the pen if you can't listen to me, buddy. Acquisitions Incorporated live show, and then the Acquisitions Incorporated C-Team live show, which had a big episode on Sunday. And then on Saturday, I also went to D&D Presents Torch, which was the very first session of a new one done by Chris Perkins, which I'm looking forward to as a replacement for Dice Camera Action, which I liked before it finished. And so, yeah, it was neat getting to see those in person, sharing it with a big audience. That was a lot of fun. Rocket, hey, oh boy. Rocket, yeah. You think those eyes are going to keep me from telling you to stop biting the rug? You are mistaken, sir. You overplay your hand. Nope. All right, buddy. Come on. Little buddy. anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. So anyway, seeing those things with a big audience was a lot of fun, and I just enjoyed kind of going there. There's also obviously, with what the current headlines, the idea of going to a place where there's a whole bunch of, um, uh, you know, the unwashed masses, as you sometimes say, and obviously there's tropes about people who go to video game and sci-fi conventions and everything, but by and large, I think it went pretty well. PAX has definitely been for a long time now one of the conventions that actually is proactive about telling people, you know, instead of shaking hands and hugging, you do this, like this gesture, like this is the equivalent of I'm shaking your hand, except we don't have to touch each other and spread germs and that sort of thing. And look at that little dog. Rocket! Hey! Rocket! Rocket! Rocket, come. Sit. Good boy, good boy. All right. I think I've got to attend to my puppy. So, in the meantime, I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.